On air.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Real World News TV. I'm one of the co-hosts, Reggie Kearney, all the way from the state of Maryland. That's outside of Washington, D.C., for you guys who don't know that area. And from Las Vegas, Nevada, capital, the gambling capital of the world, got my executive producer tonight, Tony Breedlove. She's sitting in for Sharon Tappett, who had to take care of some emergency right after work. So she's going to sit in with me tonight, help bring the noise. So what's up, Tony?
Like I said before we had gone live,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try my best to be good.
Right.
And I'm going to try not to throw any F-bombs. But, this is a subject matter that I think is close to my heart.
Right.
And it sends me to an area that sometimes I don't realize what I say until I listen back.
Right.
So
do your thing tonight. I forgive you.
You forgive me.
Yeah. Well, we got a great topic tonight, and it was a topic that came to mind 2 weeks ago, and we decided to do it tonight after we did the show last week. And the subject theme for tonight is Black Men's Lives Matter. Black men's lives matter. And, it came to me that this was a topic that we needed to discuss after the young man, Stephon Clark, age 22 of Sacramento, California, was gunned down by police officers, okay? Which I call a murder, okay? You can call it anything you want to call it. I say he was murdered, okay? So y'all can take that to the press tomorrow morning and say Reginald Kearney said the man was murdered, okay? I'm not out for no investigation, nothing like that. The body cam, the helicopter, show what actually happened. I'm trying to figure out how do you murder someone in their own backyard, their grandmother's house. You shoot them 20 times, and then you realize all he had was a cell phone. These cops are too aggressive when it comes to shooting people. And I don't want to hear the crap. I fear for my life, and that's what you hear every time. But why did you shoot? I fear for my life. They might have put that on the daggone tape and they just had it read out there, pop a button on the cell phone and say, I was afraid. Well, we've got to start fighting back. And I applaud the people in with the Black Lives Matter movement out in Sacramento for pushing ahead. And regardless of the numbers are, they're protesting. And we need to do that, but the one thing that bothers me, where the old folks at? Okay, I'm seeing young people out there. This is a generational thing. This ain't for the young folks. This ain't for the middle age. This ain't for the senior citizens. We all need to be out there raising our voices concerning this issue. So yeah, I'm irritated. I'm very irritated because I'm tired of seeing black men get killed by police officers. Now, granted, sometimes some things gonna happen. Okay, sometimes they're gonna be right, but it seems like the majority of the time, they are wrong. Okay, even when they right, you still don't have to kill somebody. But let a white boy do something. All the white boy gonna do, they're gonna take him to Burger King, give him a hamburger, then they're gonna take him to jail. They won't shoot them, but it seems like when a black man come along, it's bang, bang, bang. We dead. Yeah. Okay, Tony, let me get my soapbox.
Oh boy, that's a lot to follow, Reggie Kearney.
Well,
that's a lot to follow. And I say that lovingly and respectfully, because I know what we were just having a brief conversation before we went on air. And as I told you, I thought about this, to the extreme of black men today are probably, and I'm going to say more than likely, the most professional that you'll find. We find black men in areas of medicine, in the legal field. They are engineers, and that's above ball players, because we know that we hold the top when it comes to being in sports. But you find the most professional people that are black men. And still today, we are faced with being thought of as non-factors.
Right.
I don't get it. All the way back to the time and even forward when we see black men and even black women. I know this is about black men, and I'm going to stick with that. But we see people who are still from, hundreds of years ago to present, who have been instrumental in inventions to make all lives better. But we still are not considered to be of any value. And that's exactly why you find that there are people of law enforcement who have this, I'm trying not to cuss. They have something about themselves that feels that, oh, I'm just going to take him down. I'm going to take his ass down. And for what? With the case of this young man in his grandmother's backyard with a damn cell phone. With a cell phone. We can take this all the way back to where we were speaking about Trayvon Martin. We were on air then. And this happened. So I'm just not understanding how we can sit back and when we look at the numbers on the description tonight, you look at the numbers and where we are with the deaths of black men. And it's insane how we sit back and we see another one, because next week it's going to be another one.
And we got the death. It's going to keep
exactly. On. So have we become so damn complacent with the news or so desensitized that none of this shit matters?
Well, yeah, we have. That's nothing that disappoints me. Is that, but to go back to your earlier statement, yes, we hold a number of jobs with professionals in what we do, but we still looked on as another black man, okay? And I excuse the expression to my live listeners, we are looked at as another nigger, okay? That's how they look at us, okay? I look at the companies I worked for in the past, and I looked at the ascension of black men to higher positions, and that it doesn't happen. They keep down, okay? It's like we're paid slaves, okay? We're gonna let you, we're gonna pay you some money. You'll be able to take this money and live where you want to live and drive what you want to drive, but you're gonna get only to a certain status. I believe in the country now, there's probably maybe 4 to 5 CEOs of major Fortune 500 companies. One being the brother who is the CEO of American Express. But it's very few have been able to fight it and fight through that glass ceiling. Okay, and that's a disappointment even in this time. We were making some strides under Obama, but as soon as this knucklehead idiot comes in the office, everything starts getting rolled back. So what's happening, you got white folks thinking, some white folks, let me paraphrase, okay? I don't want all white folks in the same boat. Some white folks feel like they can do what they want to do now. So they, this Make America Great thing is trying to roll back things to the 40s and 50s, early 60s, where people were just saying and doing what they wanted to do. And I think that's had an effect on this country because the village idiot in the White House hasn't, I don't know if he calls it a White House, but he doesn't even know the name of the place where he stays at. I doubt he even knows the address. If he gets lost walking to McDonald's, which is across the street from the executive building, he'll probably won't know how to get back if they ask him, young kid, where you live at? But the thing is, he is allowing this stuff, instead of him trying to rein this stuff in, which he had the opportunity during the situation that happened in Charlotte to make a difference, but he didn't. So he's acting like a fool out there now, okay? So in order to keep his base, he's basically doing and allowing anything to be said or done, okay? So that's why you're having these issues, okay? Another problem you probably do have some racist cops out there that want to do what they want to do when they want to do it. Remember, the Klan is wearing different robes now. They're wearing clergy collars, they're wearing uniforms and things of that nature. So we don't know who these sorry old white boys out there that are perpetrating themselves as being Klan members and racists, okay? So we are faced with that. So we got a whole lot of stuff in the pot being stirred up. And I'm going to tell you, they're going to keep messing around till we're going to go back to 1968 and going to have a hot summer summer.
This is leading to an all right race war. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. When, we can't call it, but they gonna kill the wrong black boy, and people are going to lose their minds.
Well,
that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
I done lost my mind. Okay. So
yeah. Hey, Al Brooks, how you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've lost our minds, but I think what I'm trying to say is that they're going to lose their minds to a point that it's going to turn violent. Because you can't keep killing these young boys and keep claiming I feared for my life when a cell phone is found.
Right.
The fuck are you fearing a damn cell phone for? Excuse me, I told you I was going to use the F word soon.
Right.
But,
well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, but I don't think it's going to get to that point. What I think is going to happen, what's going to happen is you're going to have people going to start taking shots at police officers, okay? I don't think it'll be a war, but you're going to have certain people in the community that are going to start ambushing police officers, okay?
We've already been there.
Yeah, all white boys are already ambushing police officers, man. Then we unfortunately had a situation that happened down in Dallas a year before,
right.
But that's what's going to happen, because how much more as a black man can we take, being set up with a bullseye on the back of our backs?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Because you know what? Look, my son recently started getting into security. Okay. And although I know that my son can handle himself, right? It is my biggest fear, not that he would run upon someone who he was trying to maybe stop a crime. My fear is that police show up and he's wearing a gun. That's my fear. Whether he's in a security uniform or not. That's my fear.
Right.
And it shouldn't be that when he's out there doing, the work of the community, trying to keep people safe and feel comfortable about shopping and in their favorite stores or visiting their favorite venue, no matter what it is. But that is my fear. It's not the fear that he's going to come upon someone who is in the act of stealing or whatever the case is. My fear is the police.
You look at the shooting of Sterling Alton down in Baton Rouge, okay? And you look at what that fat cop said during the time when he was trying to take him down. I will shoot you. I will shoot you.
Yeah, just like that.
And he shot him.
Just like that.
Okay? He shot him.
But you know what I find interesting is that when the independent autopsy was ordered, and I forget the doctor's name. He's the doctor that what is his name? The doctor that Will Smith portrayed in the movie.
Right.
You guys know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I never get anybody's names right. But what was interesting is that in his evaluation, and that evaluation being done in front of the press, is that this young man was shot 7 times. One bullet, he says, that entered the side more to the posterior of his body is the bullet that spun him around. And they kept firing. And then 6 bullets were found to have been, all of them, he said, if just one would have been a fatal shot.
Right.
So I find that it's overkill.
Yeah.
I mean, you shoot one time, that suspect or whomever you're after is going down. They're going down. Right. Now, the only time they're going to come at you and you're still firing is if they own something. We've seen that. But one shot will stop someone.
Yeah. And the doctor said that he probably lived anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes.
Right. So can you imagine the agony?
Yeah. So he could possibly still be living. It's a 50-50 chance that he still could be living if they had gone over there and administered first aid to him and got an ambulance over there to him.
Right. No, but
they stood around they stood around for about 30 or 40 seconds before they approached him.
Well, I mean, how many times have we seen this case? We saw that in Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
We saw this in Mike Brown.
Mm-hmm.
The same scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they lived for so many minutes after being shot.
Yeah.
And if life-saving measures had been taken, they could still be alive. But Black men's lives don't matter as much for them to administer first aid or to make sure that an ambulance is called. They will let them lay there and die.
Yeah.
Die in the street.
That they would do. And like I said, you know, it's touching many areas of the country now. Here's something that happened in Asheville, North Carolina on August 25th, 2017. It's just coming out in today's Washington Post. The brother is saying I can't breathe on the Asheville police video shows white officer beating and choking a black jaywalking suspect.
It was jaywalking?
Jaywalking.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, basically what happened, you know, he was walking home after working a long shift at Cracker Barrel, and from traveling through the area, I know where that Cracker Barrel is, and
really,
he, you know, he was jaywalking, so the police officer, you know, they had nothing else to do, and so they approached him after he, you know, made a stop at a convenience store to buy some beer. He came out, they asked him, you know, why was he jaywalking? Told him he couldn't do that and everything, you know, and that he could either be arrested or given a ticket. And he, you know, he played it off. He said, you know, he went on and walking. He said, well, you know, I'm tired. I'm trying to get home, but he went on walking. So then again, he jaywalks again, and they see him. So then they bum rush him and they ask him, say, look, do you want to be arrested or do you want to get a ticket? You know, he said, come in, man, you ain't got nothing else to do. This is all you got to do, you know, bug me. So he starts running, okay? So then after a while, he stops running, and I guess he was laughing, and the police officer said, you know, you think all this is funny. So basically what happened after it happened, the officer repeatedly struck Rush in the head, and the officer resigned in January, and he also put a chokehold on him, and that's when he said he couldn't breathe and everything. You know, he resigned in January. He was going to fire him, but he thought it was a big joke. He said, you know, after he had kind of beat him up, and the guy said something to him about when they were putting him in the car, he told another officer, he said, I beat the shit out of his head. I'm not going to lie about that. You know, because the guy was asking, why you had to beat me like that? You know, you know, when the guy tried to take the taser from him, he took the taser and cracked him across the head with the cracked his head with the taser. You know.
And you say that it won't get violent.
Yeah, a racist
People are gonna, you know what? Look, I hate to say this, Reg, but I have to disagree with you. People are going to get tired. They're going to kill the wrong black boy. It's going to be just that last one that people say enough is a fucking enough. That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you.
They're already killing the wrong ones.
Well, they're killing the wrong ones, but people are going to get to that point. I'm telling you. It's going to be that one that is going to strike a chord, and it's going to be on. Yeah,
but and
it's sad. It's sad that we're coming to that.
Right, it is, and it's going to happen. I agree with you, but we've got to try to maintain cooler heads, because that's what 45 wants. They want an opportunity to confront the black community with some BS and be able to put National Guard
and kill even more,
and then have a reason to justify calling themselves, you know, searching and cleaning up the neighborhood.
Yeah.
We got to be careful. We got to be careful with that. But I do see incidents happening where there would be pop shots being taken at police officers, whether you black or white. Okay, you're a police officer, you gonna be looked at in a different eye, regardless of what the color of your skin. You know, so I think that's going to happen, because I mean it's getting downright ridiculous right now, downright ridiculous. And then something else that's bothering me. At first, you heard the old civil rights leaders come out and say something. They say something and disappear.
That's what they do.
Yeah, they make a statement and disappear. Like Al was out in Sacramento for a couple of days. Ain't heard nothing else from him since then. See, let me say something about Brother Al. Okay, Brother Al trying to protect that $700,000 a year contract he got with MSNBC. Okay,
bingo.
That's what he's trying to do. Yeah, he gonna go out there and make an appearance. But at the end of the day, he got to look out for the 8:00 in the morning show on Sunday.
Bingo.
He got to look out for
that's the part.
Yeah.
That's the part.
Yeah.
I don't want to jump on Al because Al's doing what he can, the best he can, I think. Oh, hell, I'll jump on him. Yeah. Okay, so look, Big Perm. Big Perm, he's getting to be more and more fake because I was trying to actually sit and listen to him the other day when they were interviewing him. Was it the other day? No, maybe it was Friday. Yeah. But he has been so silent to a point where when he does come from the surface, you don't believe shit he says. It doesn't resonate like it used to. It used to be that, you hang on to every word that Al says. But lately, when Big Perm gets on, I'm like, this Negro. I'm like looking at him side-eyed.
Travis Smiley and Cornel West had so much mouth when Obama was in office. You don't hear nothing from them.
You don't hear nothing.
They don't criticize 45 about nothing he does.
Nothing.
But when Obama was in office, they had a word for everything Obama did. If Obama farted, they had something to say about that.
So,
you don't hear nothing from them.
Even with them, where was the black unity? You would think that they were trying to stand behind a brother that was trying to do some things. We know that when Obama was in office, his hands were tied.
Yeah.
So, when people say, oh, well, he could have done this and he could have done that. And then you've got Travis Smiley and Cornell sitting on the stage talking about, oh, well, he's just playing to the white base and this, that, and the other. And he don't know what he's doing. And really?
Well, I think a lot of it was where Travis thought he would be the first black president, and Cornell thought he'd be the first black vice president.
Oh, shit.
And I think what upset Travis was that none of this happened the way he wanted it to happen.
Give me a break.
No,
give me a break.
And he was a big Hillary Clinton supporter.
Anyway. Well, somebody need to figure out how they're going to support him now that he's under, this cloud of accusations of sexual harassment.
Well, he said,
yeah, but I don't believe nothing Big Perm says anymore. I can't stand to listen to Al Sharpton anymore. Hey, Stephanie, that's my sister.
Oh, okay.
Let me mention something. For those who are looking to repair their credit, start over and all kind of stuff, Stephanie Warren Jenkins is with FES Protection Plan, and she will show you how you can start over, how you can get everything all situated. So that's free advertising for you, Miss Deb. But I want you to go on Facebook and look up Stephanie Warren Jenkins with FES. She's doing the darn thing. She really is. And she's making so much of a difference in so many people's lives that if you don't jump on this bandwagon, then you are going to miss the boat. Okay. So check her out. Okay. Steph, I never know your number from heart. I would give it out, but I don't know it from heart. But check Stephanie Warren Jenkins out on Facebook. And you know what? I think that this would be a good time for us to mention our sponsors. Shades of Africa in 2 locations in the city of Corona and in the city of Long Beach. Also sponsored by SPMG Media. Thank you, Miss Gina Smith, for doing what she does. She just happens to be our publicist as well, making sure that the Hot Topics Talk Radio Network and Real World News TV stays relevant all over the world. So basically, we are worldwide. We are hitting 12 countries, and that is because of the efforts of Miss Gina Smith with SPMG Media. Also sponsored by Urban Sentinel, Mr. Reggie Kearney, you know, that handsome guy right there, the smart one. He's the smart one of the group. Reggie is the editor-in-chief of the Urban Sentinel, and trust me, it's none of that fake ass news that Donald keeps telling you about. He can't read. Him and Big Worm need to get together.
But they used to be good friends at one time. When he was a Democrat, he was good friends with him.
Oh my gosh. And also sponsored by who? Did I forget somebody?
You got
Ninth Island Cultural Club of Las Vegas, and that is headed up by Miss Jamie E. So for more information regarding our sponsors, head on over to our website at hottopicstalkradio.com/sponsors. And also while you're there, check out the shows and all of the hosts and send them a message and tell them how much you appreciate what they do, and even send them show ideas. But Stephanie just put up her number for FES protection. The number is area code 323-607-5544. So that's FES protection. Okay. So make a change in your life and a change in your credit. So talk to Miss Stephanie Warren Jenkins. All right. So, where are we right now, Mr. Kearney?
Waiting for the next person to get shot. That's what we're waiting for.
Don't say that.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You know, I guarantee there'll be at least 2 or 3 more before the year is out.
You know what? And I'm glad you said that, because you know what? In the show description, I had listed the number of deaths that have occurred so far, and this is a global overall death rate, and we're just here in April, and I think it was 296 deaths, and that happens to be pretty much, I'm going to say 1/3 of the shooting deaths of 2017, and we haven't even made the halfway point, and we're
right.
But of that, there were 57 black men who were killed at the hands of police officers. I think it was 27 to 37 whites who were killed. But then they say 112 were killed of white descent. Still, that's a high number. I don't know how people don't see the disparagement. This is a disparaging issue when you look at 57 blacks killed between January 1 and here we are on April 3rd. And today I haven't even looked at the numbers. So that 296 I'm sure has risen. But I don't think that anybody really are paying attention.
Right. So I think one of the things that's going to happen is going to have to come about with police training. Okay. I think Obama, before he left office, had pushed the Justice Department to push the local police departments to retrain their officers to not be so aggressive. But then you got Twinkle Toes and the Weasel coming in, and they're back everything that Obama had pushed for through the Civil Rights Division of the Justice Department, as far as having memorandums done to address these issues. Okay. Right. And a lot of it does have to do with training, because these cops are trained to shoot to kill.
Yeah.
They also need to get these officers psychological tests coming in, because a great number of them keep talking about they fear for their lives. Well, if you fear for your life, you don't need to be a police officer.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, because if you don't take on that oath and you're gonna put that gun on your waist, then you're supposed to be protecting the public, and you shouldn't have no fear. Okay.
But even, but see, even if, now I understand how someone can fear for their life. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not being cold-hearted about it. I'm not making light of it.
Mm-hmm.
But what is it that maybe somewhere when we talk about the Justice Department, when they start to investigate these killings, and when we have these independent autopsies that say, you know, this was overkill, or he could have lived if CPR was administered or life-saving measures were administered, what is it that is stopping the people of the Justice Department for going to go further into asking what was it of what is it that you're saying that you feared for your life? Well, what was it about Stephon Clark that made those officers fear for their lives?
Well, you have to realize with the current administration that we have in there, the White House isn't going to get involved in shootings. They so much the ugly woman who's the press secretary made a statement that what was happening in Sacramento was a local issue. Leave it to the local authorities to handle it. So,
but you can at this point when you know that these law enforcement agencies, see, you can't when you know that these law enforcement agencies are riddled with racists. You cannot leave it at the state level.
They don't care, because this is what's happening. Okay, this is what's happening. Is the conservatives believe in the states taking on their issues and smaller government. That's what they believe in. They don't want the police officers. They don't want the federal government meddling in their business. Okay, that's why the White House hasn't said anything about none of these shootings that are taking place. The school shootings, none of the shootings. They're not investigating nothing, and especially when it comes to black men getting killed, the Justice Department ain't gonna raise a finger. They already felt like Obama was putting too much pressure on the police departments to make changes.
Well, I don't think it helps either where you've got, you know, this man that is supposed to be a president actually standing in front of hundreds of people at a rally, right? Yeah. And he's saying, use excessive force. You know, don't protect the person's head when he's getting in the car. You know, rough him up a little bit.
Right.
This is bullshit. I'm telling you, it's bullshit. And I'm sorry to cuss on this show, but see, if you know me, you know I'm a cuss. Because this is the kind of stuff that drives me insane.
Yeah, he made a statement a few days ago saying that he was encouraging police officers to be rougher on suspects that they arrest. I mean, why?
But see, you know what? And I'm going to say this though. He said to be rougher on suspects that they arrest, right? But unfortunately, there are not just black men being arrested. There are Hispanics being arrested. There are Asians being arrested. There are white men that are being arrested. But who is getting the brunt of the excessive force?
Black folks. Like,
because I'm not taking away that white folks don't get roughed up. I'm not taking that out, because I think that the way that law enforcement handles their arrests is just way over the top. But unfortunately, blacks and Hispanics get the brunt of this excessive force that leads to their death.
Like in the Root, they ran an article, and Sarah Huckabee, in her press conference during that time, it was on the 28th, March 28th, she said that it's not the White House problem. Okay. So they're not gonna get involved.
You know what?
They're not gonna get involved. They don't care. What? Okay. One less black man that got to count for the U.S. Census in 2020. Okay. One less black man who gets to vote against him. Okay. You know.
Yeah. And Al Brooks makes an interesting an interesting statement. He says, if you're trained to think a wounded person can still be of danger and never shoot below the torso, what do you think is going to happen? I have to agree with you, because they are trained to go for the chest, the heart, or the head. They're trained to kill, not to, invite order into the situation. They are trained to kill. But the sad part of this is that you've got racist cops who are trained to kill when they have an overall hatred for people of color anyway. So we don't have a chance. We do not have a chance.
I'm telling you. In that article, Republican Cedric Richmond, Democrat from Louisiana, chairman of the Congressional Black Caucus, said in a press conference on the 28th is, for the White House to respond to the sadness and anger of millions of Americans as a local matter is the very height of a moral analysis. The White House's statement is at best ignorant and at worst neglectfully dismissive. Families mourning the loss of loved ones in Sacramento, Baton Rouge, Ferguson, St. Paul, North Charleston, Staten Island, Baltimore, Tulsa, and other communities will disagree with the White House assessment that this is a local matter. Studies have shown that Black people are killed by police at rates disproportionate to our composition in the U.S. Population. This is shameful and an international embarrassment. Enough is enough. We are tired. We want justice. We're gonna stay tired and we ain't getting no justice. But you got the wrong people in the White House right now.
Well, like I said, Reg, I think it's going to come to something that, unfortunately is not going to be good.
Yeah.
This is the path that we have been led down. And this is a path that the current president feels that is okay. He's justifying it every day. He justifies it every day when we see things such as, this DACA program, just splitting folks up, not allowing kids to grow up here who have been here all their lives. We see it in so many different ways, and the worst way that we're witnessing happens to be that we turn on our TV and a Black man is shot and killed. A Black boy has been shot and killed. They're Black women who are being shot and killed. So, where do we go? Where do we go?
Well, you better buy your bulletproof vest. That's what you need to do. That's Tony. I don't know whose generation gonna see the best. It's not gonna be my generation. We're not gonna see nothing. I don't know if my son's generation or your son's generation are gonna see. Maybe the grandkids' generation will see change.
But you know what? And that too scares me as being a new grandmother coming in August. And I'm gonna get you guys for your little stunt, okay? Mr. James Thomas Sr. That's a different side note, but I'll get to that. But that does fear. I have fear for my new grandbaby. I have great fear for my grandbaby because I can't see that anything would change, like you said, in our generation. And just knowing that they have to sit in all of this, discord. Trying to find the words without cussing. To sit in all of this discord when it comes to strictly down to color. And where we are right now with all of the technology boosts that we've had over, the last 50 years, the great strides that we've had. And even when they were strides made by Blacks, that it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. And that's the part that really tears my heart apart, is that these kids today, they don't have a chance unless they make rash decisions.
Yeah.
And that's where this is leading. And like you said, there will be somewhere down the line, and I don't want any cops and anything running in my home, confiscating my equipment, because I say that this is going to be bad, where somebody's going to start taking shots.
Yeah.
And I think all lives do matter, but it's sad to see that Black men's lives don't.
No, we got to be careful when we get stopped on a traffic stop. We just got to be careful.
My God.
We gotta go yes and we gotta go yes and massa and
shit.
No, we don't. We get shot.
Shit, shoot me. That's why I know I couldn't have been a slave.
You've been a house slave. You kind of
no. They would have shot me, roped my ass around a tree for real. I'm serious.
You've been in that them pancakes and grits anymore. Yes, I'm master. You want some more?
Shit.
Yes, you would
have. I don't have that kind of temperament. I don't even think in my past life I was a slave. Ain't no way in the world. I would have poisoned his ass. Trust me. I would have slipped him some shit in his food. He would have been a dead massa.
Oh boy!
Oh my gosh! So Al asked if we're really in the age of revelations. You know what? I would think.
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, you look at the Bible. There's wars and rumors of wars always. Wars and rumors of wars. Some of the things that come. But I think at the end of the day, we're going to prevail. Orange head can't stay in the office forever. But at the same time, I have a concern for that, because I can see him and the Republicans suspending the Constitution in 6 years if he gets.
You think so?
They are ruthless. Okay, he is ruthless. You see, he fires people who won't get on the same page with him. Okay.
Yeah.
He fires people who won't get on the same page with him. He wants people around him that think like him, that would do dumb stuff, that are corrupt. We have one of the worst. We have the most corrupt government there is out there now, has ever been. Okay.
Yeah.
If the Republicans and Democrats don't come together to stop him, I can see him trying to pull something underhanded. He has the idea of being president for life. Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Putin, he watches the president of China. He watches the Rocket Man of North Korea. And that's his idea of how to run a country, being president for life. He even says it's not such a bad idea. Okay. Shit. You've got to be in going back to Al's thing. After I said all this, we probably are in Revelations, because you have to be aware of a man who wants to maintain rule power for life. Okay.
Yeah.
Like Johnny K. Sweat said, I fear for my grandsons all the time, praying constantly for their safety. I couldn't have been a slave either. God watch over us, please. So
thank you, Johnny K. Cousin K.
I might sound like a conspiracist, okay, but you really need to look back over history and what has happened in the history over the years, not even including his slavery, what has gone on in history where people have reached for power. Okay, it's not
governments were overthrown, and it's wild.
Yeah, it's not beyond belief that something like this could happen.
Yeah.
Okay, it's, if anybody, and I was a fan of the show 24.
Oh yes.
I mean, when you look at the show 24 and you look at what's happening now, you almost like you're looking at a real life 24.
Yeah,
will somebody eventually go in and take him out of office if he tries to get overly aggressive and hold on to office, or will they allow it to happen? I don't. I prayed that the Republicans would see it coming and put an end to it before it happens.
No,
but I just don't see it. That's why it
won't happen.
Yeah.
Right now, we are in the worst time that our government has ever faced. From the economy and to the leaders of our government. We are in the worst that it's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
And with all of Toy Story, McConnell, doesn't he look like that puppet? He looks like with McConnell, with you go down the list of them, okay? They have not said not one damn thing, not one. And I don't give a shit that they're on break, okay? Damn it, say something.
Right.
Say something that eases the minds and the hearts of the people in which you govern.
They don't care, you know, they're rich, unsuccessful white men. They don't care. So why should they care about what's going on in this country?
You know what? And with Orange Head, I call him Red Lobster too. With him, with all of these lawsuits and all of these damn things going on, I bet he could probably jack off on camera and they say, "Oh no, that was fake news and it didn't happen. It's okay. He's still president."
Yeah.
You know, I don't mean to be gross about this because that is a gross thought, but he could do something so asinine and no one is going to say anything. And leaving all of these shootings,
right,
and saying it's a local issue.
Yeah,
it's way beyond a local issue.
And one of the things we got to determine, how far do we go with the fight in the street, knowing that fighting for justice could lead to our deaths? Okay,
they did it in the 50s.
Yeah, how far do we push the envelope? You know, on Pinterest, you know, I have a Pinterest account, and I've been collecting the photographs of lynchings. I'm gonna post them on Facebook one day. I don't care if people get mad.
You'll go to Facebook jail.
Yeah, I probably will. They probably put me in
my son keeps getting put in Facebook jail.
But when you look at, and see, this is the thing. When you look at the lynchings, the pictures of black men getting lynched and women getting lynched, they can't lynch us no more. Well, they can, but they choose not to. Yeah. So what do? They shoot us, okay? But you sit back and look at those pictures of those racist white idiots standing around the trees, and you know, they're having picnics doing the lynching and taking pictures with the body parts and stuff like that. That's why I'm an angry black man, okay? I got white friends, I love them to death, but I'm still an angry black man, okay?
But don't you think that they understand that?
No, they don't. We need to lynch one of them.
In some way, do you think that your white counterparts, your friends, would understand that?
No, they don't. They don't understand the pain. I mean, I had a...
No, I'm not saying they understand the pain.
They don't understand what we feel, okay? When you look at those pictures, you feel some kind of way when you look at those pictures. We were used as entertainment, okay? That's the form of entertainment. Many times, and most of the times, we were innocent of those charges, but we were entertainment to them. It was just like during the Roman times when the gladiators would go into the arena with the lions and stuff and fight the lions. We were entertainment for them. We were a picnic meal, okay? Yeah. They get a little picnic basket, the wives and kids, and go throw a little rug out there and watch somebody get lynched, okay? They're not lynching us no more, but they're shooting us.
Yeah.
And frankly, I'm freaking tired of it, okay?
Yeah.
You know, young boy running. What if that young man's grandmother had stepped out the house to see what was going on?
You know what?
And them 20 shots that them police officers took, they would have killed her.
But they would have said, "I feared for my life."
We apologize that she stepped into the line of fire.
Grandmother. Yeah. I feared for my life. I need to get some cops on here. We need to actually get Cheryl Dorsey.
Yeah, we gotta get Cheryl on here sometime.
I've been trying to keep in touch with her because she's so busy. Lately.
But we can catch anyway. As long as she got her computer, she can get on Facebook anyway.
Yeah, but we got to
You
catch
know,
them.
so I mean, like I said, as a black man, I'm tired. I'm frustrated. Okay, because first we got a government that doesn't care. You know, and then the police officers don't care, and then to set the record straight, there was a black cop involved in the Sacramento shooting. It was a black and a white cop. You know, so you know, I'm not discounting any police officer because they both sides of the railroad track can do it. You know, but I'm tired. I mean, I'm physically tired. And hearing over the news, cop shoots a black male, young black male, or chokes someone. You know, to hear that police officer, and then they won't try him, they won't charge him with anything. He said and told the guy, if you don't sell it, I'm gonna shoot you, and ends up shooting him anyway. It was already premeditated. He was ready. He was ready. He was ready. You know, he was ready to kill a black man that night, and then he gets off of it. And the sad thing about it, he can go to another police department down in Louisiana or anywhere in the country and get a job.
Yeah, yeah, because the records won't follow them. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it does not
See,
matter.
this is a problem. They don't feel the pain until police officers start shooting white folks. Okay, then there's a law. Then laws are passed. But as long as it's black, and they still see us through the eyes of being slaves. Okay, they see us through the eyes of their ancestors who were slave masters. That's how they look at us. Okay, we still inferior to them.
But you know what? I have an interesting, because I thought about something I had seen someone post, and it wasn't like it was like a share that
Mm-hmm.
it was, how you get those little people share stuff, right? This
Mm-hmm.
was it was just an honest question that someone had, and I can't remember who posted it, but that person asked, if you're a black cop and you see the injustice, and I'm paraphrasing, if you see the injustice, where do you draw the line between being black, or no, where do you draw the line, that black line or the blue line? And I found that interesting, and that's why I really need to get Cheryl back on here,
Mm-hmm.
because you have black officers out here now who are basically following along with what their white counterparts are doing,
Mm-hmm.
and they're being caught up in all of this mess too. So
Mm-hmm.
where is the line? Can you call that black cop
Mm-hmm.
because he joined in on the shoot fest?
Mm-hmm.
Can you call him a racist?
Yeah, I can.
The-
Because they're not speaking up. The problem is they're not speaking up.
Yeah.
Where are the black FOP members during this time? They're not speaking up. Where are the black officers in Baton Rouge? Why are they speaking up for Sterling Alton? Why aren't the black police officers in Sacramento speaking up for Clark? But the white FOP officers will come out and support their they will come out and support their, I'm mad, okay? They will come out and support their white cops, okay? And say, oh, they didn't do nothing wrong. We support them. They're going to get off of it.
Yeah.
And they do. Just look at it in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The lady is in a helicopter. How can she tell somebody's on drugs being in a helicopter?
Isn't that the most crazy? That's the craziest shit I had ever heard. I'm like,
Yeah, and her husband does the shooting because he's down on the ground.
Yeah.
He shoots the guy.
Yeah.
All the guy was wanting to tell somebody his car was broken down.
Exactly.
He thought they were there to help him. They're there to kill him.
But he feared for his life.
Yeah, he was a little bigger than it was, and he was walking towards them with his hands out saying, look, I need some help, and they're going to shoot him.
He feared for his life. You know what? And that phrase right there, I think we should let that resonate with people.
Mm-hmm.
They feared for their life.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sickening statement when it's attached to racism.
Yeah.
And I say that because most racists or people who have prejudice in their heart
Mm-hmm.
are bold. and they are boisterous with their beliefs. But you find people who want to shoot people in the streets that are black men. They feared for their life. Fucking cowards. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Oh my God. They feared for their life.
Yeah.
Cowards. Cowards. That's what.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've got about 4 minutes, Reg. Do you want to leave us with a last statement, a last thought?
Yeah, just I'm tired. I'm really am tired. Okay, my black boys are getting killed. My black men are getting killed, senseless. Because, like you said, I fear for my life. And we might continue this on next week. We can get Cheryl on the schedule. This will be a return.
Yeah.
Might not be next week, but we will return back to this topic to get her views from being a former police officer in the city of Los Angeles. And, see where her thoughts are and what she sees.
Yeah, I'm gonna send her a message and reach out to her.
Tell we're not seeing in. We RWN. Okay.
Cheryl started with us. Okay.
She did.
When she wrote her book. Now she's big time.
Yeah, she did a couple articles for me too.
Yeah.
I can't tell now. She got. She can't do pro bono no more.
All you see Cheryl doing now is posing in her limo, in her evening gowns.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't mad at her.
I ain't mad at her at all. Okay.
Proud of.
Doing what a lot of us need to be doing.
Yeah.
Is she's representing us well.
That's right.
And, she's doing it with all truth and with complete honor.
Yeah.
So I am very proud of Miss Cheryl Dorsey. I got goosies just thinking about it, because I am, every time I see her, I think how proud I am to be able to share this earth with her.
That's right. She's a good one.
Yeah, she is a good one. A very good one. So we've got 2 minutes, and we're going to go ahead and get out of here. I was trying to actually find out. I can't remember. Look, all these topics run together in my head. So I can never remember what the topics are from one day to the next. But you've been listening to, do you want to close it out?
You've been listening to Real World Network with your co-host Reggie Kearney. And sitting in for Sherry Ann Taffin tonight is our lovely Tony Breedlove, all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada, capital of the gamblers. It's been real. It's been fun.
Oh my gosh. Let me say thank you to those who have been listening in. I can never see anybody until they're commenting, but Al Brooks, we truly do thank you for your continued support, because you've always been there with us from the very beginning. And we started this back in 2010. So Al Brooks, we really do appreciate you and your continued support. You are definitely one of our favorites. Miss Johnny K. Sweet, my cousin, my lovely cousin, and thank you so much for joining us. Miss Stephanie Warren Jenkins of FES Protection Plan. Make sure that you check her out. If you are looking to repair your credit, you need to check out Miss Stephanie Jenkins. You can contact my sis at area code 323-607-5544. FES Protection Plan for a better way of life, for a better credit future. Who else did we see tonight? That's you, Reggie Kearney. I was about to say Reggie Kearney. Commented in that. But I want to say hello also to Chris Smith. He's joining us. I see that he was watching as well. But thank you to everybody. Thank you for being here in a part of Real World News TV. Make sure that you come on back next week on Tuesday. They are on air at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 p.m. Central, and 8:30 on the East Coast. And we send our love and our prayers to Chera and her her family as she's dealing with an emergency right now. So pray for our sister Cherry and Tappan. Join me in who am I doing tomorrow? Oh, okay. Not who am I doing?
Mm. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so tomorrow night on Hot Topics Talk Radio, I'll be joined by DeMarco, Roland D. Roland D and Yvonne Baker. We've got another hot show lined up for you tomorrow night. The show starts at 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 10 o'clock Central, and 11 o'clock on the East Coast. Hot Topics Talk Radio. So, radio TV now. So, come on back and join us tomorrow night. Always fun because they make me act up and they allow me to cuss. So, we're going to get out of here. Thank you, Reggie Kearney, for having me. I really appreciate you. All right. All right. So we out of this piece.
Okay. Talk to you later.
All right.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.